Good morning and welcome to another episode. Well, in this episode, I'm down at Tallebudgera Creek. It's a windy old day with 25 knots of southeasterly, hence I've picked a smaller waterway. We've got the bottom of the tide at the moment, so that tide will start to run in shortly. I reckon I've got about an hour to fish here before I'll have to retreat to some higher ground. The water's not real deep that we're going to be fishing, so I've just tied on a 1-ball sinker to start with. I'm going to start with 5-pound leader. Water's got a little bit of colour to it, so I don't think there's any point going much lighter than that. I'm going to run about a metre of this fluorocarbon trace. Rightio, first spot for the morning. It's a pretty shallow system around low tide, so got about, I guess, 20 metres of channel here in front of us to fish. It looks pretty good. Once again, I'm using bloodworms this morning, or size 6 true turn. Just going to thread that worm onto the hook, like so. And that is the bait that we're using today. I'm going to cast out too far. I'm just going to basically put it on the edge of the sandbank that I'm standing on and where the channel meets it. The beauty of these long rods that I use is that a lot of the time the fish will hook itself. They don't feel much resistance because they're so whippy and slow through the tip. Might throw this one out into a little bit deeper water. There we go, first fish of the day. Feels alright too. It's the right species. Not a huge whiting, he'd be about 25 centimetres. But that is the target species for this morning, and I'm somewhat happy with that. So just the one whiting so far. The tide's starting to come in, so I've just retreated back up onto this sandbank. It's not real deep where I'm casting. It would only be, at the most, sort of 2 to 3 foot. There we go, getting a bite. Wait for him to load up. Still sucking down that bait. Just going to pick that rod up and just wind in slowly and see if I can't hook it. And we've got the fish. That's a nice whiting. Wasn't fighting real hard, so I didn't want to call it too early in case it was a small brim, but that is a nice fish. Sort of guide him up through the shallows here because he didn't fight much early on. I think he's still got a little bit left in him. a beautiful solid whiting, that one. There we go, folks. Second fish of the day, and a real quality one at that. Hopefully there's a few more of those to come. Just going to stick this fish on the measure. He's actually bigger than what I thought he was. He is 38.5 centimetres. Lovely whiting out of Tallebudgera Creek. Come on, whiting. Last three fish we've caught a little brim, so hoping for a little bit of a change here and get the target species. Fighting like a whiting so far. A little bit of dirty water just come through, which is a little bit strange. Can't see this fish. What is it? Yeah, it's another whiting, and it's a nice one too. Good fun, these fish in shallow water. Not as big as the 38 centimetre model that we got before, but still a quality fish. Another nice fish. That one is 34 centimetres. Good quality here in Tallebudgera. Swallow that hook as well. Always like it when they take the bait like that. Well, I've spent the first couple of hours of the day fishing the flat here behind me. The wind sort of swung around a little bit now and we're getting pretty close to midday, so I'll probably give it another 10 minutes here, see if we don't get another fish. If we don't, I'll make a move and I'll go and look for an area where we can fish a bit of deeper water, somewhere between that 1.5 to 2 metres of water in the middle of the day. All right, this looks like a bit of a likely spot. Got a bit of a sandbank on the other side there, tapers down into the channel. Should be able to get a pretty good cast from here across to the other side, so let's do it. How good's this? I can kick back in the shade on my chair now. Got the rods all set. Loving life. Just waiting for that red rod to fold over now. There we go. Fish is sucking it down on the bait. I reckon I got him. Yep, he's there. Looks like a not bad fish either. Bit of a run. I think this is a whiting. We'll get away from those rocks. Could be a whiting, could be a big one. I'm thinking more maybe a flathead. really not sure what I got here. Hopefully we'll see him in a minute. Little baby stingray. Sometimes you know when you have a big stingray on, but little fellas, they can be a little bit deceiving and make you think that you've got a decent fish on. He swallowed that hook, so I'm just going to grab a pair of scissors and I'll just snip that off and release him unharmed. I'll get most of my leader back. There we go. See ya, mate. So no joy in this spot other than a small stingray, so I'm going to walk back to sort of near where we started this morning. Slightly different spot. I think that that flat will be well and truly covered with water, so we'll try and get as close to it as what we possibly can and see how we go. This spot looks prime, so that's the flat that we were on a little bit earlier. You got the channel there, you got the water running through, just looks perfect. Oh, missed him. Oh, it's coming back, got him. That fish was really shallow, only in about a foot of water. So you can see the flat there behind us that we fished earlier. It's not a real big fish, but that's better than that last spot that we were in where we only caught the stingray. These fish seem to be really shallow with the water up over the flat, so I've just put a tiny little sinker on to size 0. Normally don't fish this light, but don't need much weight at all for where those fish are sitting on this part of the tide. Look at that for a delicious whiting bait. Always like to leave a little bit of tail hanging off the point of the hook. Come on, whiting. Last couple of fish with small brim. I'm hoping this is a whiting. And it is. It's a nice fish too. Lost him, bugger. Actually busted the leader off at the swivel. That is so strange. Okay, so I just tied a new bit of leader on this rod because we're in the middle of the day and this water's quite clear. I've actually dropped down to 3-pound leader. And the idea being is any of those bigger whiting that may be a bit spooky, hopefully they don't get put off by the leader. There we go. This one I cast right near the drop off, so it'll be interesting to see what we've got, whether it's a brim or a whiting. It's a whiting, it's the right species. Don't want to lose another one. This is the rod I put the 3-pound leader on, so I'm just going to go really careful here. Just guide him towards the beach. Not that there's much beach left now, we're at the top of the tide. Come on, mate. Oop, stuck me rod in the tree. Awesome. Whoop, Nally lost him. He fell off the hook, so I think they're pretty timid the way they're biting in this clear water, but he's a keeper, a nice fish. Well, this has got some weight behind it. I don't want to call it, I don't want to jinx myself. I know what I'm hoping it is, but got a fair way to go yet. I'm mindful that we've caught one small stingray this morning, so see if he turns it on when we're getting close to the shore here. Yep, that's what we want. It's interesting, he fought a lot harder than what I expected for a whiting. I'll come back to him, I'm just going to throw him in the shade. I think I've got a fish on my other rod there. Starting to all happen close to the top of the tide. I'll get him. I missed him. Oh no, he's there. It's a whiting as well. I think he will be going back. He's undersized, that fish. So he is not a keeper, but the other one is. Well, that brings me to the end of another episode. I've had an awesome morning here on Tallebudgera Creek. The highlight, definitely that 38 centimetre whiting. Tallebudgera Creek is an awesome spot if you're looking for a land-based location, as there's plenty of access from the nearby roads. I hope that you've been getting out on the water and getting amongst a few fish, and I look forward to seeing you out there soon.